Welcome everyone. Perhaps you've heard the buzz about ChatGPT, and maybe you're completely new to this. So today we're going to dive into what is ChatGPT, how does it affect me and my students, and what do I need to know about it? So ChatGPT is an artificial intelligence tool that uses natural language processing to respond to user-generated prompts. Basically, you ask ChatGPT a question and it will provide a reply in natural language. So what is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence helps computers act and think like humans. It uses advanced algorithms, such as machine learning, to produce results. It uses deep learning to make decisions without explicit programming. So where else do we see AI? AI is all over the place and has been for several years. Think about your phone. AI-powered virtual assistants such as Siri, Alexa, and Google Assistant can help users with tasks like setting reminders, playing music, answering questions. Many of us have them on our cell phones. We might have them on our wrist with our watches, but we've been using virtual personal assistants for a long time. Now this next one might not be as common, self-driving cars. AI is used to help cars navigate, make decisions, and avoid obstacles, making self-driving cars possible. Personalized recommendations. We've all had a moment where we maybe talked about a product and then the next day it showed up in our recommendations or as an ad on social media. AI is used to analyze users' preferences and browsing history to provide personalized recommendations on websites, apps, and streaming services. Smart home devices. AI-powered smart home devices such as thermostats, lights, and cameras can learn users' preferences and automatically adjust settings. Healthcare. AI-powered medical diagnosis and treatment plans and helping doctors to identify patterns in patient data that would be difficult for humans to spot. And finally, fraud detection. We're all super grateful for this one, right? AI-powered systems can detect fraudulent activity by analyzing patterns in financial transactions. So let's talk specifically about ChatGPT. ChatGPT allows users to ask a question, ask a prompt, and then it uses AI to develop a response. So what can it respond to? It could write essays, poems in the style of a specific author. It could write lesson plans for you, design an outline for a class syllabus, write learning objectives, design a quiz or test question, even design a rubric for a project, and write directions for a learning activity. Please note, though, that ChatGPT is often at capacity, meaning that you can't always rely on having it available when you need it. So what else? Here's a prompt a teacher asked ChatGPT. What are 20 things you can write for teachers? So lesson plans, quizzes and tests, student portfolios, behavior management plans, study guides and study sheets, presentation scripts, parent newsletters. There's plenty of things in here that ChatGPT can do for you as a teacher. So what are some limitations of ChatGPT? Because all of this sounds really good and it sounds like there's not a lot of work for me. But ChatGPT can't write a self-reflection. It's still a computer, not a human. It actually can't write about anything that happened after 2021. This is because ChatGPT uses a database from 2021 and prior. So that means ChatGPT probably thinks the Queen is still alive. It cannot provide a non-text-based response. This means that it can't provide a graphic organizer or mind map for a student. It can't make predictions about future events, or it can't make predictions that we can put any weight in, like betting on the Super Bowl this year. It cannot browse or summarize content from the internet. So ChatGPT is limited to the content that they use to create it. It's not going to go out and find new content. And unfortunately, it may generate misleading, false, offensive, or biased content. Again, it's only as good as its sources. And speaking of sources, ChatGPT can't cite sources. In some cases, ChatGPT was found to create citations from fake academic articles. This is obviously problematic. So what else should you know as a teacher? The first thing you should know is that currently at the TSC, ChatGPT is blocked for all students. Now, of course, we know that that doesn't mean that they're not going to use a personal device to get to ChatGPT. So here's a few things from their privacy policy. It does not abide by any do not track signals. So even if you ask it to do not track, it doesn't really matter. It may share your information with third-party vendors, law enforcement, affiliates, and other users. And it keeps a record of your history that cannot be deleted. So these are all good things to think about as you're considering how you might or might not use ChatGPT. This is also really good information to share with your students that might consider using this platform. Just as a warning, going back to writing essays, paper and pen only in class can really hurt struggling learners and doesn't get our kids ready for the future. So just keep that in mind. This is really great advice from Matt Miller. Still a little worried? Here's your insurance policy. If you're ever wondering if Johnny's essay was written by ChatGPT or some other AI platform, there's a great website called GPT-0. This allows you to copy and paste that student's writing into their platform, and it will analyze the likelihood that it was developed by AI. Now, it's not 100%, of course, but it is a great way to tell if a student may have used AI in the process. One more thing. All of this AI talk seems a little scary, but there are some good things coming out of it. Did you know that there's a website called Copilot, which will actually generate lesson plans and other educational materials for you, similar to ChatGPT? This may help you streamline your planning and prep with lesson plans, writing prompts, educational handouts, student reports, project outlines, rubrics, and a lot more. Check it out when you get a chance. Thanks for watching this video, and let our team know if you have any questions.
Okay, so somebody wanted to see if ChatGPT AI, not Allen Iverson. Maybe it is Allen Iverson. They wanted to see if ChatGPT could write a letter of resignation for a teacher, but instead of being polite and kind and thankful to the administrator, it completely blames the students and their behaviors is why they're quitting. So, I mean, whatever you guys want, I'll try. We're on this journey together, ladies and gentlemen, so we'll give it a shot. Okay, so I actually had it write a letter of resignation for a teacher that blames the student's behavior for them quitting. And I said it leaves at least 2 quotes from the TV show The Office. Let's see where it goes. Okay, I hit it, and then it's starting us off. It says, unfortunately, the behavior of the students in my class has become too much for me to handle. I've tried my best to be a positive learning environment, but the constant disruption and disrespect from the students has made it impossible for me to continue teaching. Wow, this gets real. Okay, so here's where it tosses in the office. As Michael Scott from The Office once said, I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious. I don't know how that fits, but I like it. Then it quoted Dwight and said, I'm an early bird and a night owl. I'm wise and I have worms. Then it gave a disclaimer not to blame